Guys, welcome to another Smart Sunday. Today's topic is going to be dietary fats. So let's jump right into it. Dietary fat is one of our macronutrients besides carbohydrates and protein, and therefore fats are essential for our body functions. Fat is quite calorie dense, so 1 gram of fat has 9 kilocalories to burn off. Why do we need fats? First of all, fats are a source of long-term energy storage for our body. Fats are also needed for hormone synthesis and for fat-soluble vitamins. To these belong vitamin A, D, E and K. So it's quite important for us to get some fats in to make use of our fat-soluble vitamins. We also need fat for our body for insulation and also for protection of our organs, and moreover we need fats for our cell membranes to stay fluid enough to let nutrients go through the cell membrane, but rigid enough so that the cells stay in good shape. This is even more important for our brain cells and neurons, because they need a special fat insulation in order to process information and to transmit signals to the body. And last but not least, we also need fats for our immune system to work properly. Therefore, we need omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids mainly. So, how can we cluster fats? So we have more or less 3 main groups of fats. First of all, we have saturated fats, then we have the monounsaturated fats, and we have the polyunsaturated fats. Overall, one can say that the monounsaturated fats are the so-called healthier fats. And to this group of fats you can count olives, olive oil, avocado, peanut oils. So these fats are considered healthy, and they're also part of the so-called Mediterranean diet. You may have heard of it. It's a quite healthy diet, protecting your heart and also brain function. On the other hand, we have the saturated fats. These fats are solid at room temperature, and therefore you can already start thinking it's the fats that we find in meat, in dairy products, and also like butter, and also coconut oil or palm oil. Overall, one can say that the saturated fats are considered to be a little bit more unhealthy compared to the monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, but it's not that easy. So there is a lot of distinction to be made when you consider how long the fatty acids are and whatsoever. One example is, for example, coconut oil. Coconut oil contains a lot of medium chain fatty acids, and they are quite healthy for your brain and also for your gut. And overall body functions. So, and this still belongs to the group of saturated fats, but coconut oil is clearly a healthy oil and fat source. And last but not least, we also have the polyunsaturated fats, and I think the most important fats to mention in this group is the omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. So omega-6 can be found in more or less all the food that we're eating nowadays, also in meat. And omega-3, so this is the fats that we want to increase in our diets, the omega-3 fatty acids. They can be found mainly in fatty fish like salmon or mackerel or sardines. So make sure that you eat at least 2 times a week fatty fish like the ones I just mentioned before. There is also another class of fats called trans fats. These are also quite unhealthy, and they have been linked to heart disease and cardiovascular disease, and they're really not good for you. And you can find them mainly in highly processed foods and junk food and fast food everywhere. So we really want to limit intake of these trans fatty acids. They also are a kind of byproduct from oil production, from plant oils like sunflower oil or safflower oil. So you also don't want to take too much of these plant-based oils. So overall, you can already see that the decision whether fats are good or bad is not that easy and straightforward to take. Overall, I just want to remind you to take your main fatty acids from monounsaturated fatty acids, like olive oil, avocado oil, and also make sure you get a decent amount of coconut oil and medium chain fatty acids from your diet. And most importantly, increase your omega-3 fatty acid intake by consuming enough fatty fish, and also this is one of the very few supplements that really makes sense for most people to add into their diet. So omega-3 fatty acids is really good thing to supplement. I think I might make an upcoming Smart Sunday video once about supplements so you get an overview about that as well. With that, I want to wish you a nice Sunday, and I hope I could give you a short overview about dietary fats. See ya!